Two black cowgirls in the story.
One of them girls.
Hey darlings, welcome back to our channel. If you're new and this is your first video, welcome to Two Black Cowgirls in the Story. Right now it's only one black cowgirl, but go check out our first video if you haven't. Go like it and comment on it and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that already. Go do that now, please. And go check out www.thepinkcattle.com and check out some merch from the store. I wish I had some earrings on too, but I don't. Go check that out. Today we're going to be interviewing, I'll be interviewing Mariah Lynn. She is a barrel racer from Texas. So I'm super excited to get to know her as well as y'all getting to know her, because I'm just meeting her, y'all just meeting her, so we're going to be meeting her together. So
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little delayed, but I can hear you.
okay, great. Because this is my first time doing this, so let's hope this works.
I'm a good test dummy.
Thank you so much for being on with us. I'm so excited.
You're welcome. I've never done anything like this. Well, I was on the news one time, so this is exciting.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from. How old are you?
My name is Mariah Shepherd. I'm 26 years old. I'll be 27 next month. And I'm from San Antonio, Texas, currently living in Livonia.
Okay.
Which is right on the outskirts.
Okay, that's nice. So how did horses become involved in your life? Was it always there?
Kinda. I have a cousin, and since before I was born, he's rodeoed and had horses. And when I was little, he would take me with him to his house, and so I got to know horses really young. But it was never a thing for me to be able to have one. My dad was flat out like, "No, we're not having horses." So I would ride every now and then. I'd get urged every 4 or 5 years to go ride a horse with my cousin. I always had little horse dolls and toys and stuff, but it was never going to be a real thing. And then when I graduated high school, they surprised me with my first horse. My grandma, my mom, and my cousin. So that's where it all started.
Okay. For me, it was after I graduated. My parents were like, we're not doing it. How did barrel racing come into this?
I actually didn't want to be a barrel racer. My cousin, he's a guy, so he never barrel raced. Stereotypically, guys barrel race, but he wasn't a barrel racing kind of guy. So I hung out with calf ropers a lot. That was what he was doing at the time. And I wanted to be a calf roper. I wanted to be like everybody else I saw, but I didn't know how to ride a horse. So I met a lady, and she started teaching me how to ride, and her daughter was a barrel racer, so I started hanging out with them, and I never learned how to rope calves.
Oh, good. This was how long after high school?
My first barrel race ever, trotting on a horse that was borrowed July of 2014, because it was right, but I said I was going to run barrels for the first time before my 21st birthday. So July of 2014 is when I first entered going 26-second runs.
How has your career as a barrel racer, like being a black barrel racer, has your skin color affected anything?
I'm very grateful to have never experienced any prejudices, but I know that I don't have a lot of the same opportunities a lot of my friends have. a lot of my friends, because my parents were city people, they didn't do the country thing. So I didn't have the truck, the trailer, the land, the experience, the background in it. A lot of my friends, they were born on property, or their parents have a crap ton of property. They were raised around horses. They have that support, because it's like they're not the black sheep of the family like I am.
Right.
Which is nothing wrong with being black sheep. I love my position. But it's kind of like, it's a whole different world. I've had to come up with a lot of things in a short amount of time that other people might have grown up with. But the experience has been great. I personally haven't felt any discrimination at races or anything. I'm kind of like the token around here. Like, for a long time, I have a friend now who's started barrel racing too, and there was a girl before me in San Antonio, but she youth rodeoed when she was younger, and she kind of stopped once I started going, just for different life reasons. I'm kind of the only one. Like, I've been the only one for a long time. Everybody kind of knows me, but it's kind of like you forget because I don't get treated any different.
Okay.
I'm just everybody else around here. But when I do want to go to black rodeos and things, I got to travel. I got to go 2-3 hours to Houston or somewhere, Dallas, anywhere like that. So that's the only difference I've really noticed.
It's a shock to some people when they see a black girl who can ride horses or barrel race. Or
I do get that it's like, there's a black girl, oh my god, she rides horses. Like, oh my god, that's so cool. And that's kind of the exciting thing, is like, yeah, I do this. Like, bring me your kids. I want to share the knowledge with other little girls who look like me, and inspire other little girls who look like me, and let them know that there are people that look like us that rodeo around, that they might not be around here, but we can get that started around here.
Right. So how do you feel like, as Black Cowgirls and as a community, I feel like we should get together more, just because, like we were saying, people see us and they're shocked, and we aren't as known as other races that rodeo and do other things with horses or equestrians. How do you think that we should come together as a community to change that?
Well, I know one thing that some friends and I did. I don't know if you saw it or not, but we did that Don't Rush challenge with all the Black Cowgirls.
Okay.
So, and people were like, I think it got like shares. So that was like the coolest thing ever for me to see that kind of support from so many people that I've never met before.
I think I've seen it. Because I was like, I don't know any of these girls, which sucks, because we're a small community. Well, you know, it's a small amount of us. So I feel like we should know each other. Like, I was like, I don't know any of them. I want to get to know all of them.
I know around here, like South Texas, East Texas, at a lot of the big black rodeos, like Liz Cook, we all show up together. So that's how I met a lot of people through rodeos like that. And there'll be, 30 of us there running barrels. Okay. And so it's a good feeling. Or like, Jasmine Fella had the all girls rodeo this month, and so that was a really big turnout. That was like unheard of. Like, we think there were like 1,000 people at that place, like over 1,000, easy.
Yes,
so that was a real good deal.
My friend Kristen, who is the other girl who's not here with us, but she was there, and I didn't get a chance to make it, but I heard it was a really good turnout. So were you competing?
Yeah, I ran barrels there. I didn't do good. I was tired. We're going to get photobombed a couple times because my cat has he has no manners. Yeah, I competed and I sold halters. I make halters, so I sold my halters there as well.
Okay. Anything that you want to share? Like, go ahead.
One of my biggest goals, and the thing that I put the most pressure on myself about, and keeps me up at night and keeps me going, is African American woman has never made it to the NFR in Vegas, ever. And that is something I want to do.
Oh my goodness.
I'm nowhere near that caliber, but like, I put everything into it, and I don't put enough into it, and I'm going to start pushing myself harder, but it takes a lot of money. It takes the blood, the sweat, the tears, the connections, the miles on the road. I don't have the best truck. I don't have the best trailer, but I'm going to try doing what I can to get that done, because a big deal for like for us to be like, oh my God, somebody did that. And I've had people say, well, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Why do you have to be the first? If you make it, you make it. But no, I want to be the first. I want to change history and inspire the little girls and show them that you can come from never having rodeoed in your life to starting at 21, 22, and going from borrowing horses, borrowing trucks, borrowing trailers to owning everything you have, owning amazing horses, and making every dream you have come true. That's my goal.
I absolutely love it. That is one thing that I talked about in our previous video that, no African Americans ever qualified. And I was just like, it was my goal for a week, right? And, yeah, I gave up. But I have that dream for every other barrel racer out there. I'm like, I want to see it happen.
Yeah, I do compete WPRA. I'm not as good as any of those girls. Never won a dime in a WPRA race or rodeo, but it doesn't stop me from going. Actually, there's one more thing I did want to tell you how I got that goal. I had a horse. His name was Copenhagen. Copenhagen taught me how to ride. He taught me how to run. He gave me my love. Day for a whole summer, learning how to go from running 24-second patterns to 16-second patterns and winning 3D 40 checks. And I trusted that horse with everything in me. And on August 11, 2015, Copenhagen, I wanted to ride him real bad, but I didn't have his bit. But I was like, he's dead broke. You can ride him with a piece of hay string. And I was practicing on him at my godfather's, and for whatever reason, he just took off running. Like, never done anything like that before, never did it ever again. I put babies on this horse. Mm-hmm. Took off running, ran me all the way down the fence line, and ran me dead into a tree. Took a trip to the hospital. I still have the scars to show for it. And broke my collarbone, broke my rib, tore a hole in my lung, ended up in the hospital for 2 nights. And that was the best day of my life because that day I found out that I had a brain abnormality that I never knew I had. Wow. I had what's called an arterial venous malformation, which was like a cluster of blood vessels in my brain that could rupture at any time. If I was lifting weights, if I was stressed, if I was overexerting myself, it could rupture, cause me to have a stroke, it could kill me. So after further scans, found out I also had an aneurysm. And so that was in August. In December of that same year, well, back up. When I found out about that, I was out for 8 weeks and I decided, wow, like, first of all, that's a crazy accident. But I could have died had I not known I need to live my life to the fullest. So that year I bought my WPRA permit. I started going to WPRA races and rodeos. And December of that year, I had 4 surgeries. And one of them was 22 hours long to remove my AVM. It's gone. Nothing to worry about on that end. Still have the scar from the surgeries to prove it. But I still have my aneurysm as far as I know. I haven't had a scan in a couple years, but the thing is, I don't want to know I have it. I don't want to know if it's there or not. I just want to believe that it's still there because to me, it's a ticking time bomb in my brain. I live every day like it's my last because of it. I live every day and say, I'm going to take these chances. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go do what makes me happy, pursue all my goals. Just go be happy. I live the most stress-free life. I don't worry about anything because stress could cause my aneurysm to rupture and I don't have time for that. I kind of want to live a little longer. Right. So that one moment in my life changed my life, gave me the biggest faith that any person could ever have, that things happen for a reason. And horses, I'm as happy as I can be in this little bitty house that's completely opposite of the life I've lived my whole life. I could live in a horse trailer, and as long as I'm out here doing what I love, it makes me happy to know I'm living my life to the fullest and doing exactly what I want to do. And it took hitting a tree and almost dying to do that.
That's an amazing story though, and I love it. I love it took, you know, something that you love to bring even a greater love to it, you know.
Exactly.
That's amazing, and I hope that you do qualify for the NFR. And if there's anything that I can do, please let me know, because I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. I'm gonna be your number one fan out there.
Alan Taylor is my mentor, my financial coach, my life advisor. So I've learned to surround myself around these kinds of people to try to make my goals bigger, because I can't do anything staying at home. Going to the rodeos, a lot of people call me crazy for going to WPRA rodeos because I'm not winning a check. But when I go to these rodeos, I can go say, hey, Sherry Servey, my horse is doing this. What do you think I should do? Hey, can you give me some pointers? Can you watch my run and tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong? And they're like, yeah, sure, here, let me watch, let me record you. Let me help you with your horse. I'll walk you in the alley. So it's like, I'm living the dream.
Everyone, it's about who you surround yourself with. You can't stay in the same practice pen with the same people and expect to get further in places. You're going to stay in that same area, in that same ranking. So that's great. I think you're going to go far. I know you're going to go far. Mariah, thank you so much for being on. I could talk for hours, but I'm not going to hold you up.
Hey, hit me up. I love talking. I can talk all day long.
I ain't going to hold you up much longer, girl. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.